I'll leave it there, except for the fact that I have a recommendation for a coach. Benicio del Toro should be the coach of the Buffalo Bills.
There you go.
I think Benicio del Toro knows probably a lot about soccer because he's Latin American, and I think you're born knowing. That's not racist. It's just my thought. Ice is on its way to Atlanta.
Cold, so cold.
First goddamn week of winter.
It's so cold out.
2 days ago, the weather people, not local meteorologists, but
what's Christina Edwards say? I only trust her.
I am the same way. Christina Edwards, by the way, is the meteorologist for WSB Radio. And she's very smart. She's not one of those sensationalist weather people. You know, I kind of follow her. And I'm usually disappointed in wintertime because she always poo-poos the fact that we might get snow because she's logical and smart. But we're not going to get snow. We may not even get the freezing rain, although we might. Who knows? This is a weird storm. They're calling it the atmospheric river, which
I don't even know what that means.
And this all comes from this culture now on social media, especially YouTube, where these guys have these sensational YouTube things where they want the click, so they have all the bright colors and they say things like, this storm is going to change everything, or this storm just went nuts. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like there's Ryan Hall, y'all, who I don't know is a real meteorologist or not, but he's very good. He has a lot of bright colors. He knows what he's talking about. And then the other one I watch, what's his name? Max Velocity. That is his name. That's right. And he does a good show. He's a real meteorologist, too. Anyhow, so earlier in the week, it was going to be a huge snowstorm. Then it was going to be a catastrophic ice storm. And now I'm seeing that it's not going to be a catastrophic ice storm. But who knows?
What's Christina Edwards say?
She's leaning toward the ice. But it all depends on the track the storm takes. And so we'll know. This comes out on Saturday. We're recording it Wednesday night. It comes out on Saturday. It could just, turn and go up north and give them all the snow. I want snow. I like snow. Snow's good.
There's people on TikTok that'll be talking about Georgia weather, and they're sharing a map of Alabama.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Well, they're our neighbors, and we sort of look alike, don't we? What are you vaping?
Me?
DMT vape.
That would be funny. Do that.
You want me to do that?
The DMT vape, and then you can just tell us what you're seeing. I wish we'd get snow. We don't get snow enough.
I really hope we get snow.
I went out this morning and started up the generator that has not been started in 2 years, and the gas was still in it, and it worked. So that's good. It worked. And I have to go get more gas tomorrow. I have finished editing and uploaded the second Manifold series book. It is called Fabricants. And it's an interesting and fun science fiction tale that I read and did all the characters on. So now we're just waiting approval. And when it's ready, I will share it with everybody.
Cool.
For free?
No.
For free?
You'll have to use an audio or an Audible credit, or I could probably get you the book for free if you like. But
I don't know how to read.
It was a lot of, I know you don't. It's okay.
But you're a hell of a listener.
But you like the lore of the first book, Selfies, right?
Yeah. No, it's a good universe that he's created. I mean, it's interesting and fun and has potential to just keep growing.
That's your cousin, isn't it?
Cousin's author Scott A. Young wrote the book, and it's available now if you want to buy the book. But the audiobook took a little bit longer. Dad and, working and all that, and having to edit it. Most people who record audiobooks, I don't think they have to do the editing.
No.
Or they're directed usually, although I watch people on TikTok who narrate them at home in a home studio.
Yeah. Actually, I think Jeff Hayes is one of the
Jeff Hayes
that I know that does edit his own.
Yeah, well, he has his whole production company and all that jazz.
His performance is so good, though. He probably doesn't need a lot of editing on it.
I know he's better than me. Why you gotta do that? All right, so what we're going to talk about this week, Dave Willis turned me on to this because Carl made the list the other day. I guess it was yesterday or 2 days ago. The Washington Post put out in their TV section, I guess, the 26 best neighbors in television sitcom history ranked. And this was by the staff, so I don't have anybody I can give a name to. But these are the top 25, according to the Washington Post, sitcom neighbors. And I thought we could read them off, and then we each pick our favorites. Oh man, they're not neighbors, or maybe they were neighbors. Dustin's has got a good one. All right, so coming in at 25, you have Tony from Peep Show, 2003 to 2004. I don't know this show.
No, it either.
Played by Elizabeth Marmer, so we can skip that one. At number 24, I think should have been much higher. And what bothers me about this, okay, here we go. I just noticed this. At 24 is Schneider from One Day at a Time, which aired on CBS from 1975 to 1984, and then the Netflix one from 2017 to 2020. Not going to talk about that one with Rita Moreno. We're going to talk about the one with Pat Harrington Jr. as the, what did they call him? He was the superintendent of the apartment complex, but he was a nosy guy, lived in the basement. Very funny character, memorable. Let's see, 23, Howard Morris from Only Murders in the Building. That's a good character, yes?
Yeah, he's hilarious.
I haven't watched that show.
What?
It's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have Hulu?
I do have Hulu.
You don't like Martin Short?
I do like Martin Short.
You don't like Selena Gomez?
I hear she's really good in it.
She actually is.
Yeah. You got to get used to her voice, but after that, yeah.
Well, I did Wizards of Waverly Place, so I'm familiar with her work.
Yeah.
I love that show.
Did you?
Watched it with the sound off. At number 22, no, I've never seen it. Hakeem Campbell from Moesha, played by Lamont Bentley. Did anybody watch Moesha?
I did in passing when it be on, in the background, I guess. I mean, I've seen it, but I'm not familiar with the characters except for Moesha.
Didn't she kill somebody?
In real life?
Yes.
For real?
It was I think it was a car accident.
Oh.
That's why you don't see her anymore.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Well, at number 21, Carl Brutana Nataluiski. I can't say his name all at once. Sorry. Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force, voiced by Dave Willis. Trademark vices, perpetual exasperation, dying a grisly death. And that's pretty awesome that it made it up there.
Yeah.
At number 20, Stanley and Helen Roper, who were are they really your neighbor? I guess they're neighbors because they live close by, but they were the landlords.
Yeah.
Yeah, they lived in the building, though.
They live downstairs from them.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's Norman Fell and Audra Lindley. But there's another neighbor from that show that we'll get to when we read ours that Jeff will have. Roger Evans from Sister Sister. I never watched that show.
Sister, sister.
Don't get us canceled on this next one.
On at number 18, Khan, I'm not going to say the last name, Suphan Senior. Suphan Usan Phone Senior. Are you Chinese or Japanese? I'm the ocean, you stupid redneck. Voiced at one time by Toby Huss, and most recently by Ronnie Ching, because it's illegal for Toby Huss to do the voice. We all like Khan. Khan was great.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Number 17, Charmaine and Sean Rinaldi from What We Do in the Shadows. I agree with that.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
Lucille Estero from Arrested Development, played by Liza Minnelli. What did they call her? Lucille 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That show, man. I mean, the last couple seasons were terrible, but it was really good. Number 15, Mr. Feeney from Boy Meets World, played by Kit.
Michael. Devin is calling. Michael.
Yeah, was he really the neighbor of the kid?
William Daniels, yeah.
He was the teacher, I know, but I didn't know
I feel like he wasn't the neighbor, but I could be wrong. I mean, I watched that show. I remember him as the teacher.
Yeah, I wonder if this list is sounding a lot more like side characters as opposed to neighbors.
Well, at number 14, Willona Woods from Good Times, played by Jeanette Dubois.
She lived across the hall.
Yeah.
No, she lived upstairs.
She was a good neighbor. That one's a perfect one for this list.
Yeah.
She was great. And she filled roles because that show had so many personnel changes, and when John Amos left. And then there was the one year when Esther Roll was gone, and it was Willona for the whole season. She was great. Janet Jackson, she adopted Janet Jackson, remember? Mm-hmm. When Janet Jackson's mom was like ironing her body.
Yeah.
She was sassy and a lot of fun. She also sang Moving On Up, the
theme to Jefferson.
Number 13, Kimmy Gibbler from Full House and Fuller House, which I never watched either of those shows.
She's the Urkel of Full House.
Is she?
Yeah.
What a name, Kimmy Gibbler.
I love Kimmy Gibbler. Okay.
Number 12 is Newman.
Hello, Newman.
Hello, Jerry.
Hello, Newman.
Hello, Jerry.
Hello, Newman.
You know, old friend, sometimes I ponder this silly gulf between us.
Wayne Knight played Newman very well for 6 years on Seinfeld. From Seinfeld. Great character.
I just watched Jurassic Park again.
Oh, he's great in that, isn't he?
He's so good, and I saw something on the internet that mentioned it, so I paid attention this time when I watched it, and it's true.
His outfits, yeah.
Yeah, every one of his outfits that he wears is an outfit that one of the characters of the Goonies wore in the movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the flowered shirt, then the yellow slicker, and the members-only jacket from Mouth. Yeah.
I never knew that. I did not know that. Wow, that's amazing.
Steven Spielberg likes to put those little Easter eggs in there.
Number 11, you got Wilson from Home Improvement. I only would watch Home Improvement at my grandmother's house in Pennsylvania, Mansfield, Pennsylvania, because she would sit and watch it all day in reruns, but I never watched it. Did you guys watch Home Improvement?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, I'd watch it. He was a really fun character, and I like that they constantly kept, the bottom half of his face covered. And
he was like having a therapist on the other end.
Yeah, on the other side of the fence. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just couldn't stand watching the show for Tim. He just gets on my nerves. That shit. It was
At number 10 is the nosy neighbor Gladys Kravitz from Bewitched, played by two different actresses, Alice Pierce and Sandra Gould. Mrs. Kravitz was great because she was like always seeing the witchcraft, but could never bust.
Yeah, always trying to tell her husband, and he never saw anything.
He was just reading the paper. Yes, dear. Number 9, Sandra Clark from 227, played by Jackie Harry. Jackie Harry. She became a huge star because of this show. That character was bigger than the show. And 227 was a very funny show.
And it went on to, Amen?
No, Amen was set in a different universe.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, Marla Gibbs was the actress who played Florence, the maid on the Jeffersons. Amen was a different show where Sherman Hemsley played, a preacher.
The pastor, yeah.
Number 8, Rhoda Morgenstern, who was lived in the building with Mary, right? From the Mary Tyler Moore Show?
Yeah.
Mary Richards, yeah. And then she moved back to New York because it was a spinoff. Mary Tyler Moore had a bunch of spinoffs. Phyllis was spun off. Rhoda was spun off. I liked Rhoda, though. And you know who else was on Rhoda, Lizzie?
No.
Marge Simpson played Rhoda's sister, the actress.
Oh.
Number 7, Fred and Ethel Mertz. I hated them. Even when I was a kid and I watched that show, I hated William Frawley and Vivian Vance. I didn't like their characters. I just liked Ricky Ricardo.
They were all right, but they weren't wacky enough.
No, he was just a dick who treated his wife horribly. This one I like. Marie Barone, played by Doris Roberts. Everybody Loves Raymond. She was a good sitcom actress. She was also Angie's mom on the sitcom Angie with Hayes and Donna Pascal. Number 5, Steve Urkel from Family Matters, who started out as a nobody character and then pretty much became the show.
He was the annoying character that would just bust in the house and just start, take it over because he lived next door.
Then he had his own
break things and be like, "Can I do that?
Did I do that? Urkel reference."
And now he's got his own weed company.
Sweet. Everybody got their weed company. Number 4, Ed Norton, who lived upstairs from the Cramdens with his wife, Trixie, from The Honeymooners, which I thought aired for 100 years and only aired for 1 year. Yeah. Played by Art Carney.
Hey there, Ralphie boy. But they did like 100 episodes a year, though.
Yeah, I know.
But not like today where there's 6 episodes of shit.
Is that the show where he'd be like, right in the kisser?
Yeah.
No, he didn't say right in the kisser. He'd say,
moon.
Bang, zoom, to the moon.
It's Alice. He did say pow right in the kisser or to the moon, Alice. Spousal abuse was so funny in the 50s.
It was comedy gold back in the day.
Now, the Jeffersons was spun off from All in the Family, but before that, they were neighbors of the Bunker family in Queens, 704 Houser Street, Queens. George Jefferson appeared on All in the Family from 73 to 75. And at first, when the Jeffersons moved in, Archie was mad at the guy who sold the neighbor. He sold the house to the black family. And there's an episode where Archie sees him, and he sees Archie, and he starts running away because he doesn't want to tell him that he sold his house to a black family. And when they move in, the premise was the guy that everybody thought was George was actually Louise's brother, or maybe it was George's brother, I forget. But George wouldn't come over because he didn't like white people. And that's so funny. And that original Lionel, and I forget that actor's name, but the original Lionel was so much better than the one that replaced him in the series for a couple of years. And then the original actor came back. Do you remember that?
That was confusing as a child.
Oh, I know. It was like the Darren situation on Bewitched.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or the Becky situation on Roseanne. Where the hell have you been? But George Jefferson was a great character, great foil for Archie. A lot of great moments. Of course, at number 2, Cosmo Kramer from Seinfeld, played by Michael Richards, who's coming to Atlanta soon. And the number 1, this is a surprise to me, but it's actually pretty good, Ned Flanders, who for, let's see, 36, 37 years has played. Ned Flanders has been played by Harry Shearer. And that's a good list. So we thought we would talk about our 3 top. And they don't have to necessarily be on this list. Jeff, why don't you go first?
Yeah, mine are Matthew Burton on It's Your Move, played by Jason Bateman.
Now, why was he the neighbor? That was his house.
Yeah, he's the neighbor of the guy across the hall who's his enemy and teacher and trying to date his mom.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to pick Norman Lamb to be the neighbor.
Okay.
Yeah.
My second one's Larry Dallas, Richard Klein on Three's Company.
That's what I was mentioning earlier. Good choice. He was great. That show was it's still funny. That show is still funny. I think you can still watch it and get a good laugh.
Yeah, if you're going to go down to the Reekle Beakle, you grab Larry, you're all good to go.
Right.
And then my number 1 is a tie between Lenny and Squiggy on Laverne and Shirley.
You can count them as. Did they live together in the building?
Yeah.
I think so.
Laverne, that is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. Hello.
Did they get a spinoff?
No.
No. I'm sure they wanted one.
Yeah, I bet you
they didn't get one.
An idea for one.
It would not.
Especially knowing Gary Marshall.
Yeah, but it wouldn't have worked.
Spin-off master.
No.
They were good on that show when they were on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There was just enough of them.
The characters weren't deep enough to have their own show. They were pretty much surface level characters.
All right, Lizzie, you were saying? Oh, you do like the Mertzes. I'm sorry.
Well, I specifically named Ethel because who doesn't want your best friend living right next door?
That's true, especially when your husband's an entertainer and he never lets you go to his club.
Yeah. And then Cosmo Kramer, Seinfeld, because that would just be entertaining if he were your neighbor. And then I also Kimmy Gibbler, because again, who doesn't want your best friend as a neighbor, especially one that's entertaining? So yeah, those are my 3 choices.
Mine, Kramer from Seinfeld, of course. Schneider from One Day at a Time, I loved. And Sean from What We Do in the Shadows. And because it's not a sitcom, I can't say Dr. Cusimano, who lived next to The Sopranos.
Let's see. Mine were Larry, Daryl, and Daryl from Newhart.
Good. Very good.
Those are my favorite part of that show.
They were the best part. When I was a kid and my mom would watch it, I liked Newhart, but when that came on, Tom Poston and those guys were my favorite.
And they would I would love to have been in the studio audience to see what that ovation was.
Oh, yeah.
For them, because the crowd would just go out of control for like 15 seconds before he could say,
"I'm Larry. This is my brother Daryl. That's my other brother Daryl."
And then Larry went on to be the mayor of Deadwood.
Yeah.
And also starring in Postacalypse.
And Blade Runner, for that matter.
Yes.
Marcy Darcy from Married with Children.
Good call.
Yeah, she's fun.
And just the animosity between her and Al and was the best. They just go back and forth. His chicken jokes and tiny boob jokes were just nonstop.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Ned Flanders. He's the ultimate neighbor.
Hi, diddly ho, Simpsons.
Howdy ho, neighborini. Radio Labyrinth is also brought to you by The Punchline. Tucked inside the legendary Landmark Diner, The Punchline remains Atlanta's longest-running premier comedy nightclub, where you can get a huge slab of cake or pancakes to satisfy any cravings you have while you're laughing. On the 23rd through the 25th, Jason Chaney. On January 24th, Leslie Lau. On the 30th through the 31st, comedian and actor Steve Byrne. February 1st, Peter Antonu. And then February 5th through the 7th, it's Brian Simpson. And Valentine's Day weekend, a live comedy show headliner to be announced. Who do you think that'll be, Jeff? Do you know?
I don't know.
Hey, Patreon members, keep an eye out for our weekly post offering you a chance to win a pair of passes to an upcoming show. Go to punchline.com and check out all the shows.
Oh, gosh.
How's it going?
Hey.
Redbox.
Am I in the frame enough? I was kind of, yeah. I'm. You know what I'm doing right now? I'm kind of keeping it low key. I'm in a bad mood. I'm kind of sad.
Why in a bad mood?
My favorite football team lost in the playoffs last weekend. It was very disappointing.
Your nose is very distracting.
Turns you on, doesn't it? You never saw one.
Can you style your hair? Like, do you have different styles of hair?
Yes, it can be either up or another way up.
Okay.
People listening at home, this is a puppet. I'm a puppet. And I only come to life when someone puts their hand up my ass. Boy, do I come to life. So as I was saying, the Buffalo Bills on Monday morning announced that they were firing their coach, Sean McDermott, who's a nice guy. He got that team together. And then these Pagulas and Joe Brady is the offensive coordinator who sucks. And then Brandon Bean. He's the GM. He sucks. He should have been fired. He drafted 66 people. Only 2 of them ever made the Pro Bowl. And I'll leave it there. Except for the fact that I have a recommendation for a coach. Benicio del Toro should be the coach of the Buffalo Bills.
There you go.
I think Benicio del Toro knows probably a lot about soccer because he's Latin American, and I think you're bored knowing that's not racist. It's just my thoughts. But anyway, he knows about how to kick balls with feet and how to tell people to run, and he's a good actor, and I like him a lot. If he comes to Tim's house, I will beg Tim to open the trunk of the car so Benicio can meet me.
So you've never met him before?
I've seen him lots of times. He's made movies. I go to the set, and I sort of, I just loiter, and I hang out, and I go say, hey, there's Benicio del Toro. And then they come out and make me leave. And then I go home, and Tim lets me make hundreds and hundreds of stupid AI slop videos on Sora 2 with Mean Jane Okerlund talking to some fake wrestler. You ever wonder why Tim doesn't watch TV? Because he sits in his carport for hours. Shut up. I'm not supposed to tell people that. Tim likes AI.
Smoking cigarettes and making AI? Is that what Tim does?
Cigarettes and making AI videos. Now don't tell me I have nothing to do. Like that song? So what else is new, guys? Do you have any questions for me?
Did you used to have a shirt, or did you just decide to go shirtless?
I don't wear... Trolls don't have shirts.
No.
Do they?
But they have pants?
They do have pants. I have purple pants. And I don't have a shirt. So do you want me to put one on? Are my nipples distracting you?
Yeah. And so does your nose.
You like my nose, don't you?
I like it.
Say, does that thing there influence the tides?
My nose? That's not nice.
Pardon me, sir. Some of the ladies have asked if you wouldn't mind putting that thing away.
They're so mean. All right, I got to go because Tim's arms are sore. All right, get out of here.
All right, bye, buddy.
Bye, Redbox.
You got to show the whole gape when you put him down.
I know, that was
He's got that great
big... huge.
Spent a lot of time in Key West. A lot of time in Key West.
You got to name the show from the pizza.
Oh, from the pizza.
I just thought it'd be funny to see if you could recognize.
That's great.
Just from the pizza.
Christopher.
Do one more.
All right.
We need a name for this.
You recognize this pizza?
Yeah, I do.
What?
Wait a minute. From the background.
I can't see. Oh, yeah, I can't see. I don't know what that is. Is that Keen and Kel?
No, that's Breaking Bad. Pizza on the Roof.
Oh, Pizza's on the Roof. I see it now.
Oh, good one.
Yes.
Do you know he did that in one take?
Yep.
Yeah, he just tossed it up there. Yeah.
Yeah. They were like planning to have to do it, you know. I forgot how many times.
You ought to look into the story of the lady that owns the house and the shit.
Yeah. People go and throw pizzas on a roof all the time.
Oh, no.
Does she come out with a shotgun?
Yes. She does.
Views. Or.
Snooze.
Yeah, last week was Hijack and Starfleet Academy and Night of the Seven Kingdoms, which I watched all of them. Hijack, it's on a train this year. Starfleet Academy wasn't as bad as Dustin said it was. It's pretty bad, but it's not. It's decent. It's fun to watch.
The trailer was like a keep off the grass sign for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Paul Giamatti. He's good in it as the bad guy. Is
he the only male in it?
No, there's a bunch of men in it.
Okay.
The doctor from Star Trek Voyager is in it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Neeks?
No, just, Robert Picardo, wasn't he?
Picardo, okay.
Yeah.
Is he CGI or is he old?
No, he said he turned on his CGI aging.
Oh, God.
But he still looks pretty much the same.
So this takes place after Discovery? Yeah. Okay.
You said The Beauty's an instant snooze?
Yeah, that's this week's The Beauty. Any Ryan Murphy show is now an instant snooze for me.
Why?
Just because they're all so bad. Like, I would start watching any Ryan Murphy show, and then 3 episodes in, I'm like, I'm done.
What was the last one he put out?
Yeah, another one of those American
Monster?
Horror Story shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that Ed Gein show, which I only watched one of those.
Oh, that was terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh, I watched all of it. It was bad. I mean, I wouldn't say it was bad. Obviously, it entertained me. I'm going to watch all of it. But he just does things differently.
Anyway, this new one is called The Beauty, which it's basically The Substance.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
No thanks.
Yeah.
What else?
Somebody asked him in an interview, not Ryan Murphy, but what's his name? Ashton Kutcher. Like, can't you see the parallels between this and
your ex-wife's movie?
Your ex-wife's movie, yeah.
All right, number 2 is Free Bert.
Okay.
Bert Kreischer's new sitcom. See him like you've never seen him before, with a shirt. Yes, it's a sitcom.
Yeah, that's a pass.
Yeah, it's a hard.
No, I think it's going to be good.
You do?
Yep.
Who can act on that show to help him?
The wife.
The 2 daughters are very funny.
They're not his real daughters, right?
No, but they're going to be very funny on the show because his daughters are funny.
I want Segura to come back. That show that he did.
Yeah, he's working on that, I'm
He's
sure.
working on a season 2. Yeah.
Good. That show was great.
Anyway, that's a views from me. Free Bert. And then Mel Brooks, the 99-year-old man. This is Judd Apatow's 2-part documentary about Mel Brooks.
Oh, yeah, that
starts on the 22nd.
That's a views if the power doesn't go out. But yes,
that's a views for sure.
Well, I don't have any staff. Thank you, Jeff. I don't have any staff picks this week, so
I have 2. You can have one of mine.
No, I'll do both of yours.
The Tasty Nates. These are so good. They're beef tallow cooked potato chips. They're not like kettle cooked.
I hate
just like, yeah, I do too. These are just cooked in beef tallow, and they're really good. There's a plain kind and a barbecue kind. I got the barbecue kind. I'm gonna go back and get. I got this at Publix.
Alistair was telling me about this chips, and I was like, "Buddy, these chips don't exist. I don't know what you're talking about." Because he keeps looking for them in the chip aisle. Why would he know about these?
Because they're not in the chip aisle. They're like on an end cap. These are the only 2 I've seen: the regular and the barbecue. And the barbecues are so good. I want to go back and get the regulars.
You can get Tasty Nate's beef tallow potato chips, game day barbecue flavor, fried in 100% beef tallow, seed oil-free potato chips, paleo snacks for adults, 2 7-ounce bags for $20.
Yeah, that's not how much I paid. Like $5, I think, for a bag.
That seems expensive.
That's how much chips cost now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Obama.
I had nothing to do with your potato chips. So the guy you got in there now.
And then Skyscraper Live on Friday. I'm just going to watch until Kenan Thompson falls to his death.
What is Skyscraper Live? Oh, this guy's going to climb a tower.
Yeah, the free solo dude from the movie.
He's got
Free
narcolepsy. That's no reason to live.
They did this whole thing like a promo that like a parody of the promo that he does, and then they just threw Kenan Thompson in there. It's just like this dude. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna do it too, and he's not qualified at all.
Nice.
My staff pick, I forgot to write it down, but it would be A Night of Seven Kingdoms, and like it's got me all obsessed with the Game of Thrones world again.
I'm gonna watch it.
I'm hyper focused on that now.
All these AI videos on TikTok of people from the original Game of Thrones talking about Sir Dunk.
Okay.
Oh, I haven't seen those. I follow a girl. Her account's called the Game of Thrones Historian, and she's really good. She's really good. I would recommend her if you guys were into that world.
Let's see. My staff pick is added to the 4K collection. They just came out with it. It's Club Paradise 4K.
Oh, nice.
That's a good movie.
And yeah, directed by Harold Ramis, starring Robin Williams, Peter O'Toole, Rick Moranis, everyone from that group. Plus Jimmy Cliff also has a good role in it. It's a fun movie. It was one of those movies that I watched when HBO first came out for us. That was like one of the first movies that was on HBO. And it was like a Robin Williams movie I'd never heard of.
Yeah.
And really enjoyed it. I hadn't seen it in a long time, and it still holds up. It's still fun.
I don't think he was supposed to be in that. I think he just kind of ended up in that for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's some kind of backstory to that. I don't remember it off the top of my head.
Is Martin Short in that?
No, I don't think so.
Radio Labyrinth is brought to you by Atlanta Pizza in Euro, your local family-owned pizzeria and the place to get local craft beer and great food that's always made fresh to order. They're open Monday through Friday from 11 to 9, Saturdays from 12 to 9, and they are closed on Sundays. Now, I've been trying to explain to my son why Chick-fil-A is closed on Sundays, but he's not getting it. Why would they want to stay with their families? The food truck is once again on winter break, but probably in early March, it'll come out of break. Give us a call if you have a corporate or private event that you're interested in possibly booking. As always, we thank you for your continued support and for listening to the absolute best podcast around, Radio Labyrinth. We're also brought to you by LDI Repro Printing. Do you have a commercial or residential construction printing need? Sure, we all do. Well, what are you waiting for? Contact LDI Repro Printing of Athens. They've been in Athens, Georgia since 2005, which, if you're like me and good at math, is 20 years. With fast turnaround and affordable prices. Call 706-316-9366, or you can email them at athens@ldiline.com.
Guys, are you reading the online comments?
Gotta read some of these comments. I'm loving your guys' comments.
You're reading your own comments?
Yeah, they're really good. I worked hard on them.
The secret is don't read the comment cards.
Right, we love your YouTube comments. If you're watching us on YouTube, please leave us comments. Ask us questions. Engage with each other. Fight about queer baiting. Roby says, is anyone else envisioning a Siskel and Ebert-style Radio Labyrinth exclusive weekly video starring Reginald P. Troll and Redbox Troll? I know you've only got one troll, but since they're separated at birth twins, a quick costume change to a top hat, eye monocle, and editing would produce an entertaining 2 or 3 minute short. Now, Roby...
Time out. You have a miniature of the other troll.
I do.
It's not the same size, but you could have them talking to each other.
Explain to Lizzie who Reginald P. Troll is.
He was the original Redbox Troll.
Okay.
That's drawn by Ben
Bowling is his name. He drew it. He drew it, and then one of our listeners had a doll made out of it.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. And he gave it to me. Let's see. So, yeah, that's a good idea. Mark Gardner left a comment. He says, I'm a bit embarrassed for the Sean Penn character in battle and whatnot. Of course, he's talking about one battle after another with the erection at work scenario. It happens to everyone at some point, and it's hard to explain, especially being a teacher. It's awkward. And it's not like it can be explained and accepted like a homeschooler either. It's just weird, and I feel for the character. That's one of the funniest comments we've had in a while.
It's funny.
And Brett Perkins asked a great question, why no talk of Fallout? And the answer is because I haven't watched any of that.
I watched one episode last night of the new season.
Oh, I got to get caught up, but I think if I'm going to get caught up with anything, it's going to be the Game of Thrones show. So that's what I'm going to watch. Hey, before we go, I want to remind you that you can become a Radio Labyrinth Patreon member. How about that? Radio Labyrinth listeners, you radios, you can support us for the low cost of $5 a month. Only $5 a month. That's it. That's the only tier moving forward. You can keep it where it was before or lower it to $5, whatever you want to do. And this is aside from the executive producers. If you're paying more and want to reduce it, go ahead. Tariffs are hitting us hard. No, they're not. I mean, they're beautiful. The economy's great. And for anyone on the fence or looking to support us, make sure you add your address to the Patreon profile so we can get it and mail you a thank you letter and our latest sticker. And for the executive producers, we'd love to have you join us as guests on Radios in the Dark. So far, we've had Mike Hall from Atlanta Pizza in Euro and another special guest coming up soon. But it's your show, and you help us keep it going with your generous donations, and we'd love to have you join us for the live Patreon show, Radios in the Dark. For $25 a month, you become a producer, an executive producer, that's your title, and you'll get a sticker, a shirt of your choice from our merch store, and a weekly shout-out on the show, plus the aforementioned opportunity to sit in with us while we record the live Patreon show. So without any further ado, let's thank our most recent additions to the producer column, Pat Squatch Talk Turner, and I will give you a plug for your podcast, Squatch Talk, Pat Turner. Scott Augustine. We also have Mike Walker, John Allen, Matt Carter, Chris Chandler, Mike D., Jim Fortner, Terry Fuller, Roby Neely, Jeff Peterson, Tim Slayton, and Brian and DJ Chelsea Smith. So thank you guys very much for supporting us. But thank you for your comments. Keep leaving your comments on YouTube. YouTube likes it when people leave comments and engage. It helps us, and that would be very helpful. Or you can just listen on your favorite podcast app. That's okay. But remember to like and rate and review us on all the apps, Spotify, iTunes, whatever other ones there are. And subscribe on YouTube, even if you listen, just so we can get our numbers up. So Dustin does a great job. I would really love it. If you've never watched the show, give it a chance, because Dustin does such a great job making it into an actual show that you can enjoy watching. We don't hem and haw. A lot of our stuff is cut perfectly, and there's lots of fun clips. So check that out. And if you like me doing interviews, you can go to the WSB radio app and look for my show, the Popcast, the Tim Andrews Popcast, which is also available on podcast apps. My last guest was Southside Steve from the Regular Guy Show. He and I reconnected. It was the first time we ever had an interview dynamic. I interviewed him, and we had a good time, and I thought it was a good episode. Today, at some point today, tonight, or on Monday, if you want, on the podcast, artist Steve Penley, who some people might recognize from several appearances on Fox and Friends. He's a very talented painter, and one of the people who left a comment in the YouTube has a standing nude painting of his. I was told not to tell anybody, but you'll have to guess for yourself. And coming up, I have May Pang. Do you guys know who May Pang is?
She was the photographer that hung around John Lennon and Yoko, right?
Yes. If you were a Beatles fan and you're steeped in lore, she was always described as his affair during the Lost Weekend when John Lennon went to Los Angeles. And I knew I had to interview her. She's coming to Roswell. She was with him for like 2 years and helped him with 2 albums. She was a publicity person. She's a self-made person. There's a great documentary that I did watch, and I guess that's my staff pick. It's called The Lost Weekend, her time with John Lennon. And the reason I enjoyed it so much is because I was huge. Jeff, you remember, I used to be obsessed with Lennon back in the 80s, right? I was in high school and college. And then I sort of like, I've heard everything there is to hear. I don't care anymore. I still like the music. And I learned stuff I had never heard before. And I ended up talking to her for about 45 minutes. So that'll be coming up soon. And comedian Felipe Esparza. So check out that. I have all sorts of interviews. All sorts of interviews. Yeah, so and unless there's anything else. If there's not anything else, please remember to keep it canon.
They say all good things come to an end.
What's that got to do with this show?
Lost in the rain.